It's very important to have an easy to understand menu. Let me talk about this for a minute. You're going to have two major sections of your guest population, of your patient population, the people who walk through your front door. There's going to be two major groups. One major group are people who have never stepped foot in a dispensary before. And another major group are people who know exactly what they want and may have consumed cannabis that day. Both of these people are really bad at making decisions, okay? The guy who doesn't know anything, if you give him so many options, he's not gonna be able to make the decision. It's all on a menu, you can't read it. We call it visual pollution. It just gets in the way. They're not able to see what they're looking for, right? So tiered menus are easy to comprehend if you have a few different price points for your concentrates, for your flower. If you have edibles and they're in different price ranges, if you group them that way, and that way your menu is easier to understand. Menus should reflect the product available. I can't tell you how frustrating it is when you walk into a store, any store, and it says that they have something and then they don't. And then you are there, standing there, feeling obligated to buy something because you're in the store and you came to buy something, and now the thing you wanted isn't there, but it was on the menu. Very frustrating. Keep menus up to date. Menus should always be accurate and up to date. They should reflect the correct prices. They should say what is on the menu, what is not on the menu, or it shouldn't have anything that's not available at that time. Something for everyone. So in cannabis, we have different modalities of use. We can inhale product, either flower or concentrates, cartridges. We can consume products orally, either through edibles, liquids, tinctures, and we can use topicals such as transdermal patches, lotions, things of that sort. Make sure that we have a nice variety of those things for people. Not everyone likes to smoke flower, and not everyone likes to eat edibles. Make sure that you have something for new consumers. People who are testing out cannabis for the first time like to use low doses to find their minimal effective dose so that they're not consuming too much. You should have something for the cannabis connoisseurs, the people who come in, who want to talk shop, who say, I've tried these 17 different types of shatter. Let's move on to some crumble. Medical patients. We need to be sure that we're serving this population because they're the ones who gave us this program, right? The reason why we have recreational cannabis in any state is because we had medical cannabis in some states. Medical patients are very, very special, and they should be treated that way because they are the reason why we continue to have access to what we have now. And lastly, avoid an overwhelming amount of options. We're going to go into the next slide so I can segue here. Has anybody, well, you can't say anything right now, but I'll just hypothetically just talk to you as if you can talk back. Has anyone ever heard the saying, can't see the forest for the trees? Maybe like of the 30 people in here too, maybe you're nodding their head. I went around my whole office and maybe 2 people had heard of this. So what this means is if we're standing from a distance and I see a forest, I can say, hey, you see the trees over there? And you would probably say, no, but I see the forest. But if we were smack dab in the middle of the forest and I said, whoa, you see the forest? You would say, well, not through all these trees, right? If you can picture it in your mind, you get what I'm saying. When I walk into a store and I'm looking for an infused soda, or if I'm walking into a dispensary and I'm looking for an infused soda, and there's teas and sodas and energy drinks and syrups and all of these different options. And then within those options, there's different flavors and different brands. Well, I'm going to be looking at a whole wall of options, and I'm not going to be able to see the one I want because there's just too much there. Another example of where when talking about this, I like to bring up is Trader Joe's. I'm a huge fan of the TJ. So I walk into Trader Joe's, I say, kind of feeling like some chili today. Walk up to the canned food section, I will have one option for chili. Not too hard to make the decision. I pick it up, put it in the cart, I move on. If I go to Safeway, Fry's, Albertsons, these are all Arizona-based stores, so sorry if it's irrelevant. If you go to the grocery store, the big chain, there's going to be 15 different types of chili. And if you're like me, I don't have time for that. I don't like making that many decisions. It's like you can't see the forest for the trees. Can't. There's too many options. Keep your options to a minimum, and maybe people will thank you for it. You may not have the brand that they particularly like. You'll have something close though.